What's up, yo? Dennis the Business here. It is Black Social TV. Do as it says. Click subscribe right now. Now, here's some of the things that you just didn't understand about the deal of NFL and Carter himself, Mr. Carter, aka Jay Z. Now, the NFL league is a wide kind of thing, and it's very commonly, in the United States here. Now, the league and the entire Rock Nation struck what we call a wide ranging deal that includes about the creative projects and prominent roles in the NFL's social justice initiative. Now, when you talk about social justice, this is entirely big. NFL as a league struck a broad alliance, or what we can call in simple terms partnership with Carter Jay Z, in which the rapper himself will both aid the league with its problems. For example, smoothing out continuing tensions with our players over social justice issues. Now, social justice issues have hit the whole world with a flame, and here Jay Z comes in to solve some of these problems. Now, they also say if you can't beat them, better join them. Now, the other solution is also to expand the NFL's entertainment offerings, including Super Bowl halftime shows and other creative projects. Talking about NFL and Rock Nation, the entertainment company found by Jay Z himself, they have launched a partnership in which Jay Z will take a prominent role in a social justice program, and the league launched that was last year at the time when it was still faced with controversy over player protests during the national anthem that was started by Mr. Colin, if you all remember. Now, the party said that Rock Nation will also expand and play an integral role in the NFL's entertainment operations or operatives. Not just that, but the halftime show, but also the production and distribution of other new football related content together on streaming services. Now, we talk about streaming services. We all know Jay Z owns Tidal. Now, that could include original music in addition to podcasts for players to voice their opinions on social and cultural issues that are important to them. Now, looking at the front office sport that reported that NFL Rock Nation partnership here, the deal vehemently and effectively positions Mr. Carter, aka Jay Z, who once rapped and with some of these lines that say that I say no to the Super Bowl, you need me, I don't need you. You all remember that line. I repeat, I say no to the Super Bowl, you need me, I don't need you. Now, that takes me back to what I just told you. If you can't beat them, you better join them. This right is Black Social TV, and you should click subscribe right now just in case you are just watching in. As the face of the NFL social justice program, that is under the logline Inspire Change, which was launched earlier in the year after the years of unrest, that is one, among its players. But then the topic has been a prickly one for the NFL itself. Now, Colin has gone unsigned for 2 years now since inspiring the movement, while some players continued to demonstrate through last year. Now, in this case, we saw Jay Z on the sideline during the NFL ball game between Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Rams, that is last November. Inspire Changes logline stated that goals are promoting education and economic advancement, improving police and community relations, and also criminal justice reforms. The initiative was also started in the deal with the Players Coalition, which was founded by a group of players seeking to change or enact social reform, and it had supported charities and also causes across the entire country. That is one. Mr. Carter, aka Jay Z, said in one of the interviews that he felt comfortable becoming the leading voice for the Inspire Change because of the league's ability to reach so many various people around the world. He's also getting involved, even if or even though he may not agree with the politics of some of his business partners or the NFL team owners. I quote some of the words from Jay Z here. He said that I'm black, that's my world. Now, Jay Z said that uh, back then in his offices in Manhattan, if he didn't do business with wealthy business interests who he may disagree with politically, he added, then I couldn't have any TV shows. And the guy is damn right here. Now, I could put my platform on TV because I'm sure someone who owns the broadcast network has supported someone who I don't believe should be in office. We should say that Mr. Carter is smart right away. I still continue to quote some of Jay Z's words. He said that I cannot control no one, can control the world that we live in currently and people's choice to vote self interests. I repeat, he said, I can't control. No one can control the world that we live in currently and people's choice to vote self interests. Now, this hip hop icon also added that very, very rich people, that's what he referred to. Now, let's go to the NFL commissioner, that is Mr. Roger Goodell, who championed Jay Z's ability to connect with the younger fans that the league needs to both secure its future and the audience, plus make a broader cultural impact. Now, when you talk about social justice reforms here, this is a very, very big deal. Most of the people could not understand some of these things, but these are things that the NFL league has fought with many, many a time. Now, he says that there is really no one quite like them. Godel continues to say, when we talked about doing something together, the one thing that really stood out is for both of us who wanted to have an impact on this move. Now, the NFL moved to the center of this conversation 3 years ago when Colin began sitting and later kneeling during the national anthem to call attention to social issues and racial inequality. Now, these things are really deep when it comes to the sports fraternity around the world and also particularly in the US. It could be like we see sports things like football, that is a Premier League. They try to fight these things, but we see that these things are going on simply because it's the way people have grown up and they cannot change. Now, he was later joined by fellow players, and the movement was met with responses. The praise from some, from the activism and the region from others who deemed unpatriotic at this decision. Now, he said that he absolutely brought this conversation alive. Jay-Z continues to say that we like to think that the way we build the Inspire Change platform is the same way, if anything, got close to that would happen in the future. Now, it would also have a platform where people can express themselves, and maybe it doesn't have to take place only in the field. Now, let's take back to the time where tensions over the movement catalyzed by Colin became inflamed in 2017 when one Donald Trump, that is a president of the United States, repeatedly assailed the players' actions as unpatriotic, and in a stump speech referring to a generic player as a son of a bitch. In response, NFL players knelt NMS in a direct rebuke of the president's language, and the massively popular league found itself in the unusual firefight. The uproar also cast a light on owners' relationships with the president himself. Now, the journal also previously reported that in the private depositions taken during Colin's grievance, the owners discussed how Trump's commentary changed their opinion on the topic. Now, some of these things you need to do understand real quick, because some of the things that Trump said, obviously, amid a heated national debate over criticisms that have also called the president's politics as racially charged. Yeah. Now, Ross also said that he admired his conviction and his bravery for speaking how he truly felt. Now, Jay-Z said in also an interview, he said that we're going through a tough time, and a lot of people are not agreeing with one another, and we have to just push it along a little bit. There's also no magic pill on this. No one is going to have the solution. to themselves. You just have to do your little thing to push it along. No, I would say now, congratulations to Mr. Carter, the entire Rock Nations, and NFL as a league, because the sports fraternity all over the world is facing the same thing. We also pray that any of the people copy what has just taken place between NFL and Rock Nation. Oh, Mr. Carter, aka Jay Z, do one thing for me: click subscribe to Black Social TV. I do remain Dennis the Business. Thanks for watching.